Hey everyone, it is Havo High here, bringing another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. We are on Global, and we're going to be talking about the Extreme Z Awakening and the Extreme Z Battle for the Tech Super Saiyan 3 GOTenks. GODtenks is what we call them for so many years, and yes, God Leads are getting EZA on Global, and I'm so excited about it there. So we're doing a full breakdown with some team builds, and hopefully this will guide you and this information will help you complete this event. So with that, if you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff, and always a shout out to DBZ Space and the Dokkan Wiki for info and images provided. Let's go ahead and do the quick breakdown real quick of this unit and all the changes here, all the highlighted changes. So of course, being an EZA is going to go to 140 max level, SA15. And the leader skill, boy, did it get a really nice buff on the leader skill. It goes from your God Lead leader skill from tech type key plus 3 HP and attack defense 70% to all tech types key plus 4 HP and attack and defense 100%. So this really mimics the LR, the Neo LRs, but actually better because it doesn't have a class type that it needs to be like super extreme. It's all tech types key plus 4 HP and attack defense 100%. So even a little bit better than the LR, the Neo LR. So anyway, if you're newer to the game, this is going to be very helpful. You know, starting out the game doing a mono team with all tech, fantastic. If you pulled Go Bros and Broly, you can run that amazing team with the tech types. Now, if you're older to the game, the leader skill is not as important to you. You're looking for that passive buff, and we'll talk about that in a second. Let's cover the super attacks really quick. Super Ghost Kamikaze, 9 through 10 key there. That does increase to raises attack for 1 turn. And causes immense damage to the enemy. And the charging ultra volleyball attack is 11 key, which is the massively raises 1 attack for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. That doesn't change from the prior unit, which is still the strongest attack on this character here. And then the Super Ghost Kamikaze 12 key attack causes supreme damage to the enemy and greatly lowers defense. Now, I highlighted supreme damage because before it was actually only extreme damage, and that's why that 12 key was not very good for GOTenks here. But in this case scenario, it's not as bad for that 12 key. So the passive skill is really what changes the most. It goes from 120% attack when performing a super attack to 140, so 20% boost there. But if you have 11 key or less, you're going to get a defensive buff, which GODtenks was lacking previous to that. So I wish they didn't do like 11 key or less only. I wish they would have did like a defensive plus 50% and then an additional 20% if you have 11 key or less, because hitting that 12 key super attack isn't too hard now these days, and if you have the 12 key super attack, you're not going to get any defensive buffing on here. So that's kind of disappointing and lacking there. Now, a lot of people are saying that this unit is still comparable to your Fizz Tanks, and Fizz Tanks is still viable. It's not like Strength Gogeta just saying bye-bye to and Hakkaiing the Int Gogeta, right? So there is some viability on both units, so I wouldn't rush too much in needing to EZA this unit, but it is very exciting. If you have them rainbowed, definitely use this unit over your Fizz Tanks rainbowed, because I'm going to go into the stats in a bit. The Link skills all the same: Super Saiyan, Fuse Fighter, Over Flash, Limit Breaking Form, the Innocence, and Fierce Battle. The categories is Fusion, Hybrid Saiyans, Majin Buu Saga, Super Saiyan 3, and Youth. So here's the big change. So here are the stats before EZA. That's 14,000 HP, 14.7 for attack, and then 9.9 for defense. And it gets a really nice buff to 17,000 for HP, 18,000 for attack, and defense 11.5. So really good there. And that 140% and that defense at 70, if you're at that 11 key, is really going to help out this unit. So overall, it's a great buff, but it does not totally consume or just Hakkai the Fizz Tanks that you might have on your account. So but either way, this is still a fantastic unit. So let's go ahead and look at then the Extreme Z battle in itself and what you're going to need to be preparing for to complete the level 30 and above. So it's going to be weak against the youth category. This is the reason why they skipped Int Janemba, because they did come out with the Go Fist here. And this unit here is the youth category leader, secondary skill, but still is the youth category leader. So if you do have Kid Goku, Int Go Fist here, you want to use him as a leader and probably run a full youth team. I'll break down the teams in a second, but that's going to be a main focus. However, you do have to watch out on what units you're going to be bringing, because at level 20 and above, there is going to be an 80% damage reduction against AGL, Tech, Strength, and Extreme units, basically leaving Super Physical and Super Int as the only type of units that you can actually use. So you are limited to Super Physical, Super Int, and you want to definitely have a youth category with that, and that will help out tremendously. So let's go ahead and take a look at some team builds that can help you and guide you through this event here, starting with the one that will probably be the easiest, and that is actually using Int Go Fist here and running a Super Int youth team. So all these units are considered youth, and if you run all these units here, you're just gonna really wreck the GODtenks EZA. So you have LR Gohan here, which will just do crazy amounts of damage. His defense is lacking, but hey, you know what? I think with these units here, you'll just really run through it pretty quickly. You do have Kid Goku Jr. here, Super Saiyan Goku Jr., which actually on JP was EZA'd before this unit came out, before the GODtenks EZA came out. So it was a lot easier on JP. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult on Global, but not too much difficult, especially if you have a team something that runs like this. So this is going to be running primarily youth, which is 150% boost. Even though you're running some SSR units and not fully TUR units, you're still going to be just fine. So another team you can use is still the same strategy, using the youth category, but then going with super physical. So this can work as well too. You're not going to have that type advantage, so you're going to do, I would say, what, 50% less damage, because that's really what the type advantage provides. So, and then you're gonna get hit harder as well, so we got to watch out for that. And so this is still a viable team to run and get to level 30. It's just going to be a little bit harder because you're going to be taking some really solid hits, about 50% more in damage. I think it's 50% or 25%. I always forget. You can comment below and correct me there. So another team you can reuse is probably the easiest team you can build here, and that's going to be Super Int. And if you run a Super Int team and even have a couple of youth categories on here, that'll be fantastic. This is just saying that if you didn't have the Kid Goku on your account, you can just run this team here, because if you did have Kid Goku, you just throw him on this and you can still do quite a bit of damage. But you're going to be having that LR Gohan. He does tremendous amounts of damage, being a youth category, and then also being on this team here as a Super Int team. So this could run through level 30 no problem, and you can always substitute a unit that you don't have with a defensive type unit, and it should be able to tank through level 30. So another team, if you don't have the Gogeta, so let's say you don't have Int Gogeta, and you still want to run kind of a Int team, you can run actually a Patara team. And the only thing that's going to be not non-Int and non-Super Int is the Super Vegito, the physical one there. Now you can use base form Vegito there as an Int type, but there's nowhere near as good as the Super Vegito. So this is almost a full Super Int type team here. It just has that one Patara physical unit in Super Vegito, which is very, very good. So this team can also do quite a bit of damage, especially your LR Super Vegito, because he is going to be Patara category with a 170% attack buff on there. Now you aren't going to have any youth category except for LR Gohan, just like the other team, but definitely a viable team if you wanted to run and complete against the GODtenks EZA. So the next one you can run is going to be focused a little bit more on the physical end on things, but once again, still viable because you can use super physical units and still will not have that 80% damage reduction. What you're going to be missing, type advantage in attack and defense, so you're going to lose quite a bit there, but still is very viable here using a Majin Buu Saga, which is HP and defense 170%. Attack is only 130, but still better than 120. And I would definitely use a team like this because you're going to be running 3 units that are going to be youth category that can do some decent damage here. This is running in dual support, and LR Great Saiyaman is will help you with that defensive buff there. So Majin Buu Saga with a little bit of youth, this can go pretty far there. If you don't have Super Vegito, physical Super Vegito here, you're gonna basically be running Fizz Tanks. So Fizz Tanks versus GODtenks here. Yes, we get to see that, and you're gonna be running a team very similar to something like this. So heavy on the 2 LRs here. This LR Gogeta will be very, very beneficial on this team here. But the Trunks and some of the other units really kind of give you a little bit of glass cannon due to the fact they don't have much defensive boost there. So definitely watch out for that when you're fighting, not having that type advantage. So, and finally, let's go ahead and run through the free-to-play. The free-to-play, I would definitely use the EZA Goku here. I'm not sorry, not the EZA, the Super Battle Road reward Goku here. That's all types, key plus 3 HP and attack defense 100%. And you're going to be bringing basically youth free-to-play units, and these are the free-to-play units that are really good. You do have a Dragon Ball Saga right here. You can either run the Yamcha, or just go ahead and bring this unit here, which does have the youth category on there. So either way, but this unit is still very good, the Yamcha in it itself. But you can go ahead and flip-flop those if you wanted to. So this is definitely viable. It is going to be tough, but having these youth category units on there will definitely be helping. So anyway, with that is the full breakdown with some team builds. Hopefully you got some good information. Hopefully everybody completes and get these easy 30 Dragon Stones and summon something huge when the next banner comes out. But anyway, if you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, let me know what you guys thought of the video. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Keep on Dokkaning, and we'll catch you next time.